How you living? Thundra from Quiet Amatoor, your premier amateur investors podcast, and I'm here today with Royce to discuss a lot of things going on in the finance world in 2020. This year has been crazy. It is now 2021, and shit is getting even worse. So go ahead and introduce yourself, Royce.
Man, I prefer to be called Forbes, especially when we're talking about money. Forbes with a V. Yes, sir. That's my alter ego. But Royce Fairley or Forrest Fairley on social media, my alter ego. Just like Murdoch, my man died. We linked up in Jordan? Yes, sir.
Jordan, baby. Deployment status.
And then from there it was history, man. It was history. Actually, since we starting this, I want to say this, man. This is literally history in the making. You feel me?
Oh, you goddamn right.
This is like for real. Like if we stay on the same path that we on, you know what I mean. We stick to our goals and we keep pushing each other. You know what I'm saying, as brothers. In the future, we'll look back or the people that's following us. I don't want to say fans because that kind of sound weird, but like the people that follow us and be like that kind of look to us as far as in the military and look to us as role models,
mentors.
They gonna be like, yeah, role models, mentors, whatever you call it. They gonna be like, man, they started what's today? March 23rd. They're gonna be like, man, 2021. Yeah. I remember they dropped the 5th, 6th, 10th video that they created. You know what I mean? But myself, amateur investor for the time being. Currently under contract for a 3-2 in D'Iberville, Mississippi.
Take notes, fellas. Take notes.
My current net worth is not high, but it will be with the trajectory that I'm on.
Yeah.
I promise you it's I'll tell you. It's right now, man, I ain't got that notebook on me. I could tell you the exact numbers, but right now I'm at around like 24,000. I'm worth 24,000, you know what I mean? It's not high, but it's still in a positive. And me personally, when I started, I was negative. You feel me? So when I started to where I'm at, man, I'm more than happy. You know what I mean? I was in a negative. I'm up right now. You know what I mean? So senior airman, dental lab by trade. You know what I mean? That's how we met in military. You know, Jordan deployed downrange.
It's a dream, fellas. It's a fucking dream.
Yeah, you could call me an entrepreneur. If we still on the intro, man, I could go on and on. As far as the businesses that I started and failed at, because but it's not funny though, because at the same time, you know what I'm saying, L's are lessons, you know what I mean? So I'm grateful for all those businesses that I started up, and I'm like, man, I don't know what I'm doing, but you know, I got somewhere with it. You feel me?
Right.
Man, yeah, let's just jump into it, man.
I mean, that's Forbes for you, fellas. So we're gonna hop in to today's topic. We're going to be talking about our current rates, bank rates, and real estate rates in 2020, 2021. So I'm going to start this off by saying, yo, what the fuck is up with our generation and not being able to set aside money for, I don't know, an emergency, like a tire that pops? It's like,
look, hey, bro, I'm with you on that one, but at the same, on the flip side, if you can't, now I'm speaking solely for individuals that are in the military, right? Because I can only speak from what I know. So hopefully it's a lot of followers that are linked with the military, right? So me being in the military, the statement that you just made as far as what's up with individuals not being able to save or put away money for certain things in the future. My take on that is like, even if that's the case, because you know, I'll just go back to real estate, man. I'm always gonna go back to real estate.
Okay.
Even if you can't save, it's like you got the VA loan. It's 0% down. What's your excuse? You know what I mean? It's 0%. With the VA loan, the most you'll come out of pocket, depending on your area, depending on your rates, depending on your credit.
A lot of factors.
Yeah, all that. But if you're an individual like me, a decent credit score, I live in Mississippi, Biloxi, Mississippi. The cost of living is not high. So take that into consideration as far as the homes. A 3-2, which I'm under contract currently, the 3-2 that I just bought, and it's really not that big, to be honest. It's probably like 1,300 and some change square feet. It's going for 100.
That's still a fruitful investment.
Yeah, of course. Come on now. I don't invest in anything if I don't see the profit in the long run or even day one, because you want to make your profit going into the deal, right?
Goddamn right.
So, like I was saying, like as far as setting aside money for like things for a bank loan or a VA loan, it's really easy when it comes to the military, because you got the HBAS, your base pay, other special pays. It's too easy, man. It's too easy.
So much money that you could take advantage of.
Excuses, I'm not trying to hear them. We talked to an individual a couple months ago. Smith, when he was talking about, when he was giving excuses when it came to like, man, I can't have a roommate. And that's just one topic. But I'm using him because it's a lot of individuals that have excuses. And I'm not knocking him. He just has a lot of questions with a certain type of topic, because he's never been into that certain environment. You know what I'm saying? Which I'm not knocking him. But you know what I mean? Ask questions. And once you ask those questions, you'll discover a lot of things that you weren't aware of. You feel me? So as far as people being not able to save, I can't answer for them. Me personally, bro.
Lots of words, man. Lots of words. I don't know either. I don't know why.
Me being in the military, I get BAH, BAS. I'm Sea Airman, so all that is a little bit higher, right? So when my income started to creep up with my rank and my extra privileges that I get with being in the military, my expenses didn't creep up with it. I think that's a problem when it comes to individuals as far as, man, I can't save. It's because, okay.
Manage your expenses.
Correct.
Lifestyle is very important.
Facts. So when their income is creeping up, you know what I mean? Like say for example, say we're not even gonna use military. Say you a college student, you just graduated. You get a job and you're like, man, I'm making a decent amount of money. My income is coming up. You start to spend more. You might buy a nicer car. You know what I mean? You might buy a new chain. You might buy a new watch. You might buy some
that Mustang.
Yeah. Oh, the Camaro, the recruiter promised you.
Let me get that fucking Subi, bro.
Yeah. Jesus, so I mean, that's why individuals can't save. But I mean, you don't know what you don't know. So you don't even know what you need to save for. So for a lot of individuals, it's just they just don't know what they don't know. So
exactly. And I think that takes part of that is a lack of education. Because I don't know about you, man, but nobody taught me about finances until I was broke. And I said, I need to go ahead and learn.
Hey, no. You completely right.
Yeah.
Myself included. Bruh, I got in trouble, right? And then they started taking bread from me. And that's when I started to learn. I was like, man, I don't like this.
That's a nightmare scenario right there for the
military. I was like, bro, I don't like this feeling, bro. Like they taking money out of my pocket. And they took it like without asking it. And how they took it is like, so you wake up first in the 15th. It's like, I bet, I'm gonna get paid. You know,
my money. See that pendant steady. You know.
Yes, sir. And whole time you already know what you're getting because you've been getting it like consistently for a decent amount of time, unless you promote it and then you expecting an increase. But me, I'm like, all right, cool, I know what I'm getting. So like, I think at the time I was an A1C, so that's the E3. I think.
Yeah, that's the E3.
That's the E3, right?
So we get about 840.
Yeah, something like that, right? Every paycheck.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, so this is what I'm getting. And then I got in trouble. I was like, all right, man, they took a decent chunk out. And I was like, yeah, this ain't it, Chief. I need a side hustle. I need a side hustle or something. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, dog, I know
But,
exactly what you mean, man.
hey, you live and you learn. You live and learn. So it's cool.
So yeah, man, that's just the basic problem. You gotta learn to save. Because in the recent study, latest study was in 2019, 69% of Americans have, get this, less than $1,000 in their savings account. And what's even worse is they're not even using high yield savings accounts. Majority of people use traditional accounts. So that means like Chase, Wells Fargo, Bank of America. And do you know how much of a yield they give you every single year?
I'm gonna take a guess. It starts with 0.0 something something something.
0.01% on
That
your
ain't
money.
that ain't it.
That's not even like 1 cent, bro. Bro, because the majority of people, these people don't even have 1,000 in their accounts.
Hey, if you was to ask me, like, hey, like, what would you do with your savings account? I'll be like, man, I'll put it in a CD account before a certificate.
Because you have a set, like a fixed rate. You have a fixed rate. Man.
Not only that, or the stock market, man.
Very important to learn how to trade your stocks, man. Very important.
But
it's not for everybody.
But it's not.
Yeah.
Man. But man, speaking on the stock market, what's your thoughts on it currently? How you think is how you think I'm going right now?
So I'm a very skeptical person.
Right.
And that's because I've been trading for, I'm not saying I'm a genius. I'm not saying I'm a veteran. This is like Skyrim, all right?
Yeah.
You got your skill trees. I'm sitting here at apprentice, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm not just starting, but I'm just starting. But from what I see, man, it's going up. And it's going up. And the way I see it is, you only got a matter of time to that motherfucker again. So I'm
So let me ask you this.
What's up?
What type of investing do you do when it comes to the stock market?
I focus on longevity. I focus on consistent passive income. If a stock does not give me a dividend yield, I do not invest in it whatsoever at all.
So what would you say? Because I know you ran into a lot of them when we was downrange. What would you say to individuals that be like, man, you should get into the day trading? What's it? Is there a specific name for day trading?
No, it's just day trading.
Day trading, yeah. So
day trading.
So if somebody was like, man, you need to get into day trading, you know what I mean? What would you say?
I would say I look at the results of everything, and whatever history has told gives the best results is what I'm going to gravitate towards. Longevity, consistent investing, not necessarily dividend investing. Consistent investing gives the best return on investment. So you have dividend stocks that could pay out like, I don't know, 2.7% per month or per quarter. But the majority of these companies also double as growth stocks. So they're not just giving you a yield, they also have a huge potential of growing to ridiculous proportions. So I could just sell that junk, you know what I'm saying? Get a quick lump sum, throw it in some other dividend stocks, and have that consistent passive income coming in every single month. I'm not talking every quarter, I'm not talking every year, I'm talking every month. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just hit $25 passive income, average a month. Passive, I don't even touch it, dog. it's just coming in.
Coming in.
It's $25. It's not a lot of money, but I mean,
hey, it's a start.
that's
You know
bread,
what I mean?
bro.
Because that's 300 a year annually.
Just about.
But what I want to point out that you didn't mention with your strategy, I'm sure you got the drip system set up, correct?
Oh yeah, of course.
So if you got the drip system set up, man, you didn't even mention compound interest. You know what I mean? It's reinvesting in itself. You know what I mean? So right now, that 300 annually don't really sound like, man, that ain't nothing. You know, $25 a month, that ain't nothing. It
could be 10 years.
It don't sound like a lot, especially in America with us. But I'm pretty sure if you said 25 a month to somebody, you know, in an underdeveloped country, they'd be like, man, that's a lot of bread. Yeah. But that's another topic for another day. But $25 a month, you know what I'm saying? Compound interesting over a certain period of time. Yeah, you're gonna be decent. I promise.
Right.
I promise you.
Goddamn right.
And that's why I said, in the beginning, like, man, yeah, right now, because myself, I was just looking at the other day my dividends, and annually I'm probably making like $150 annually just on my dividend. Like, and close to you, it's not a lot, but at the same, in my mind, I'm like, man, yeah, to the average individual, it don't sound like a lot, but I'm not touching it. You know what I mean? I'm just letting it reinvest.
It's passive, bro. Like you're literally not doing anything to earn that money. You're going to sleep, bro. It's like not a lot of people could say I go to sleep and earn fucking money.
Facts. This is true. Not a lot of people go to sleep and say that I have a certain amount of money in my bank account. What's the number that you said as far as savings?
69% of Americans have less than $1,000. And that's less than. That doesn't mean up to $1,000. That means some of these motherfuckers ain't got no savings.
I mean,
nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Hey, you know what's funny? Since we talking on this topic as far as savings and Americans not being able to save, I was just Googling because I admit, like myself, like I have a hard time savings, but I don't have less than $1,000. But at the same time, I have a hard time savings only because when I have a lot of money in my account, I'm like, man, I don't want to sit on this money because I want to put it somewhere else and get it to working. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah, I don't want the money just to sit. So my thing is like, man, I need to put this money somewhere else. So what I'm gonna start doing, which I figured, putting my money in a CD account, certificate account, right? Reason being, it's not a high yield. It's not a high yield at all. But when you buy your CDs, you can set the term length on it. Right?
Over a course of 10, 15 years.
Right. So I want to say it starts as little as 3 months. I could be wrong. It's either 3 months or 6 months, as little as you can start as far as months.
Right.
And then of course you can increase it over like a course of a couple years. But once you put that money in, you can't touch it. Like you can't touch it at all until that term length ends.
That's
so if I say, for instance, man, I got a goal of me $10,000 by 6 months. I'll put what I got to start, you know what I mean, in the beginning, and then I'll put bread in it in increments over the 6 months, and then I'll be able to tap into it after the 6 months. To be honest with you, I'm not even looking at the interest rate because I'm really looking at it because I don't want to touch it. Because like I said, I'm the type of individual, or if I know, say I got a couple racks in my savings or even my check-ins, I'm like, man, where can I spend this on? Not on consumer items, but
what can bring me profit?
Yeah. What's gonna but at the same time, like you gotta stack your bread to purchase those bigger assets. You feel me? So you gotta be strategic about it. So, man, like if you have like if you listen to this and you have a hard time saving for the long run, I would say, man, look into CDs and just save with CDs. And then say you got to go to make a certain amount of money after 6 months, a year, 2 years, whatever it may be. Then you could get that money afterwards, and then put it towards a bigger asset that you're looking to purchase.
And that's very important, man, because majority of people have no idea. Majority with traditional banks. Majority of your parents are with traditional banks, but they have no idea they can go ahead. The traditional banks offer CDs that have such a high percentage or APY compared to savings accounts with the same bank. So just instead of opening a savings with them, the traditional banks, that is, go ahead and switch it to a CD. But what I think you should do is just focus on high yield savings accounts. And the majority of those accounts are with online banks, such as Ally, NBKC. You got Chime, that's a newer one. Online banks, on average, they yield about 1% APY.
Right.
To like up to 2%, depending on the year, depending on how the economy's doing. And that's how you know the economy's going to shit right now. Because
so what you got to say about the banking industry right now, since we on that topic?
About the bank industry?
Yeah.
Okay, I can't stand traditional banks because
leading.
I can't do it, man. They lie too much. It's not lying, but they know people ain't gonna do their research. They know people are just gonna trust them, so they hop into it. Because traditional banks are already established. They've been around for so many years, like hundreds of years, dog.
So as far as when it comes to lying and stuff, what are they lying about? What you mean?
Like I said, it's not lying. It's just like they tell you you're gonna get a high return on your money. Buzzy. We'll keep it safe. These motherfuckers getting hacked. And these motherfuckers have 0.01% APY.
But it's funny that you say that you mentioned the interest rate that you make on your money when you put it in. But what a lot of individuals don't know is when you put your money in, they take your money and then they flip it. And then they get away.
To who? To you and to me. You know why? Because we make it real money. You know what I'm saying?
But it's funny because it's like they flipping it, but their return rate is way higher than 0.01%. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So
damn right.
With that in mind, I personally think the overall banking industry is gonna be like out of commission in the years to come. Reason being, you say you don't?
No, not at all.
You tripping, bro?
Not at all.
Let me tell you why I think so. I think the traditional banking system is gonna be obsolete in the years to come because crypto is on the rise. And I don't mean on the rise as far as like Bitcoin, reaching all-time highs and et cetera, et cetera. I mean, as far as just look around, you know what I mean? Look at how technology is developing. If you look at even look at industries or companies like Tesla. Tesla just bought, I don't know how many Bitcoin, but it was in $1 billion worth. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So if Elon Musk is noticing oh, Bitcoin, they're going crazy. I need to put some bread in it.
And that's where you're wrong. That's where you're wrong. That's where you just fucked up, man.
Why? Put me on game.
Because the banks are buying crypto, dog.
And why are they buying crypto?
They're buying up crypto. Because, I have to agree with you. The traditional way of banking in America, anyway, is going to be obsolete. But banking in America, these companies are still going to come around because people are still going to need loans. And they're buying up the crypto. So
I feel you on that as far as the banking industries getting into these, crypto sectors. But at the same time, the only reason they get into it because they see like the normal everyday consumer is normalizing, meaning they're giving it more power than the normal centralized banks. So I think the normal banking industry is gonna be, decommissioned because when you get onto cryptocurrency, you don't really need a bank. You don't really need a banking account. You know what I mean?
You just need somewhere to consolidate your money or your crypto.
Exactly. So when you have a platform like that, Wells Fargo's, Chase, you know what I mean? And if you listen to this, just Google how many individuals in the world that don't have a banking account, right? It's astonishing as far as how many people that don't in 2021 don't have a banking account or can't even get a banking account because of their conditions that they are in right now, or they don't have a job, or they don't have enough money to, whatever it may be. You feel me? So when it comes to crypto, it opens the door for like the regular Joe, the regular Smo Joe. You know what I mean? Anybody can open up a crypto account and access the blockchain. You know what I'm saying? Or what have it. But
it's all digital, man. It's all digital.
Exactly. So when
at your fingertips,
when you have easy access, like that, it's gonna cut the big guy out. It's gonna cut the JP Morgan out. It's gonna cut the Wells Fargo out. It's gonna cut who's the credit unions. It's gonna cut those the big guys out.
Unless they innovate and move towards solutions for that. Unless they start creating crypto wallets for everybody.
But I mean, it's already crypto wallets out that aren't necessarily attached to these banking industries.
Right. Right. But the way I see it, if they create their own wallets or a place to consolidate your crypto, they're credited, they're trusted because they've been around for so long. People are going to say,
you talking about the banking industry?
Yeah, people are going to say, wow, well, if they got places I could store my crypto, let me go ahead and put it there.
Oh, so you talking about like these banking industries going to make their own coins?
No, I mean they're gonna make places you can store your crypto accounts. You can store your crypto.
So
I think it's gonna happen.
So me personally, I'm not fully in the crypto space, so I can't fully speak on it as far as
neither am I.
How all works and operates. But from my understanding, when it comes to like the blockchain and things of that nature, when it comes to cryptocurrency, you really can't create I could be wrong, but I don't think you could create a total entity as far as a banking account when it comes to I mean, you could create an account or crypto wallet, but the banks can't have access to it. You know what I mean? So it's not FDIC insured or
they gonna figure. This is America, baby. They're gonna figure something out.
But when it comes to
cryptocurrency,
like Bitcoin, it's only so many Bitcoin in the world. So when it comes to like FDIC insured, it's not really the same because, for example, say it's only 10 Bitcoin in the world, and you on the blockchain. If you have a certain amount and say you lose it, nobody can access that because you have the code to it. You know what I mean? True. So FDIC, all that is out the door because
that is true.
You know what I mean? Like
that's literally all.
Only
you don't
you
understand. That's all Bitcoin is. It's not tangible. You can't even see. It's not even like there's no insignia, bro. Bitcoin is literally a line of code. Literally a line of code.
It's a negative and a positive to it. The positive being, since you only have access to it, the government can't access it. Nobody can hack you or things of that like it's pretty secure. To the most part,
people can hack you. For
the most part, it's pretty secure. You know what I mean? For the most part.
Yeah, I see what you're saying, man.
On the negative part, if you lose that code or you lose your info, you kind of SOL. And for example, say Bitcoin just goes down in value. It's not FDIC. It's not backed by
Sorry, man.
entity.
Yeah.
Because there's only so many Bitcoins created, which gives its value, because it's like a commodity. It's like gold. It's a non-renewable source. So I'm pretty sure it's only so many Bitcoins in the world.
Well, it's renewable. They just the way they have the algorithm set up for Bitcoin, I don't know who created Bitcoin whatsoever, but the way they set it up, bro, is every so often, every like few years, they have a certain amount of Bitcoin created, and then they literally cut it in half and destroy one half of all the code, and that's gone. Like all that Bitcoin's gone.
Right. So
that'll increase the value of Bitcoin you have, but that also limits the amount of Bitcoin people can access. So it's extremely volatile. So yeah, Bitcoin, crypto's weird, man. But it ain't got nothing on real estate, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, that's my forte.
That's your forte right there.
That's all I like to talk about is real estate.
Let me hop into these real estate rates then. Because real estate's it's really weird 2020. Because prices have skyrocketed. As soon as COVID hit, prices skyrocketed. And another amazing thing happened. Interest rates on loans for I'm talking fixed loans, 30-year and 15-year fixed loans, they plummeted to like amazing rates. You had like 1%.
I want to say the lowest since 2020. So no, yeah, to either 2020 or 2019. It was like 2.3, and average right now is like 3.8, 3.3, something like that. So, and there's I hear you, because I'm on the contract right now, and my interest rate is 2.75.
Yeah.
And when I started this real estate journey, and researching and studying, I started my numbers at like 4.5. And that was like back in 2018.
Sheesh.
You know what I mean?
I ain't going.
Yeah, so like 4.5 to 2.75. That's a
cutting in half, man.
Yeah, that's a really, really big dip. So if me personally, I would buy a home in my position, only because the interest rate's low, and I'm privy to the loans like the VA, which 0% down. If you're in the military, man,
yeah,
sleep, you're lacking. I don't understand why
your position, you are in a good spot to purchase a home. That's what you're saying.
Correct.
But what most people don't understand is the reason why the rates dropped is because the prices rose. There's always a correlation. They had to lower the rates to compensate and have incentive for buyers to come in and buy these more expensive homes.
You talking about supply and demand?
Exactly. So they said, hey, people aren't going to want to buy them if we have a fucking 4%, 5% interest rate. Let's go ahead and lower the rate. And I was like, whoa, count me in. You know what I'm saying?
Sure. About that time.
But the thing is, I was ready for it. I was cool. And I'm willing to take the risk because the fact is, prices or homes in most areas are overpriced right now. And if the market decides to level out or drop,
I mean, currently it's a seller's market right now.
Of course.
So it's the ball is in the seller's court. So like it's more sellers on the market compared to buyers.
But for some reason, prices of homes are still rising. And so is
No. I'm sorry. Let me take that back. I said it's more sellers on the market. It's more buyers on the market compared to sellers.
Mm-hmm.
And with that being said, like they could price it at whatever they want. You know what I mean? And somebody's gonna negotiate with them, like, hey, that's reasonable, or you know what I mean. Let me offer you more because I know it's more people bidding at this property, or it's let me offer you less, and it's gonna be not a lot less, but it's gonna be, you know what I mean, quick. But 9 times out of 10, it's gonna be let me offer you more because and that's what I did in my case, because I've noticed that it was a buyers or sellers market, and I was like, man, because I put in I don't know how many offers, and offer after offer, it was like,
You
yeah,
got beat
bro.
out. You got beat out.
Yeah, I got beat out. And it was a lot of property. It was like, man, the numbers look so. For example, I had a duplex, and I'm talking about it hit the MLS in a matter of 3 hours. It was on the MLS for like 3 hours, and as soon as it hit the MLS, I hit my agent.
Oh,
I was like,
wow.
hey, like, I want to see this ASAP. When can you see me? And she was like, oh, tomorrow. And I was like, hey, cool. It's the earliest time. Let's do it.
Yeah, it's true. Like, it is slim pickings out here, man.
And I know, and I got beat out.
Slim pickings, dog.
So it was on the market for 3 days, and then after that, it was on the market not for 3 days, for like 3 hours. When I hit my agent up, I seen it the next day, and I put in the offer, and it was 2 other offers that I was bidding against, and I got beat out. But I only said that example because it was like I was on the MLS, and like it was gone like that. It was like 3 hours, and I was like, yo, come on, let's go see this. Because I ran the numbers. It was a duplex. I ran the numbers, and I was like, the duplex. It was superb, bro. I'm talking about it was I want to say another 3-2, but on both sides on the duplex. It was side by side. And I ran the numbers like, oh, this is perfect. You know what I'm saying? The cash was decent. It was a little bit under 200K. You know what I mean? The area with the rent being charged, like, oh yeah, wow, we gravy. Yeah. And it was gone, man. I'm not gonna lie, I was hurt, but at the same time, when it comes to investing, you can't
be emotional. You can't be emotional.
So I was just like, all right, cool. I was like, cool, on to the next deal. And then I'm at the crib. The next deal, it didn't work. I don't want to say 2 more deals after that. It didn't work. And then I got this crib right now that I got under contract. So we're gonna see how that. But
man, it's gonna work out, man.
Of course. I mean, if it don't, like I said, no emotion in it. I just move
chalk it up to the game. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that makes a lot of sense because the recent survey in 2020, 7 out of 10 homes were on the market for less than 3 months.
It's a seller's market, bro. Seller's market.
Less than 3 months. My God, that's crazy.
And since we on the topic of the real estate market, it's interesting to me that homes are going like this, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you just mentioned it as far as the supply and demand. So interest rates right now are at 3 something, and then
the average right now.
Yeah, depending on what loan you use, your credit rate, you could get around.
Average right now is 3.3.
Right.
Yeah.
So the reason it's so low is because it's not how do I say it? So the reason the interest rate of the home loan is so low is because it's not a lot of people purchasing, right? So they trying to lower it to get more people in. So if it was flipped, where a lot of people trying to buy, they will raise it because they're like, oh, if the demand is so high, we might as well raise it because they're gonna buy regardless, and we're gonna make money. But on the flip side, it's like, man, ain't nobody buying. So we need to make it attractive to bring more people in. So in my mind, it's like, man, why are you lowering it? If nobody's, with the market this time that's going on, So on top of, not to mention the unemployment rate right now.
Oh man.
So that on top of
Yeah.
our unemployment rate, because it's pretty high. Unemployment rate, man,
It's ridiculous.
I had it written down somewhere, but it's higher than normal. You know what I mean? I
Oh,
want to
you
say
goddamn right.
as far as people being unemployed, it's in a 10 mil comparatively to 2019, 2020, where it was like 5 mil, where that's kind of, I want to say normal, but that's pretty much double. You know what I mean?
That's insane.
I got it right here. Unemployment rate is 6.2%. That's 10 million.
6.2%
Yes, sir.
out of almost 300 million in the country.
Yes, and
More
not
than
to
300
mention
million.
from 2020, it was pretty much half of that, 5.7. You know what I mean? So if you have a lot high employment rate and you have individuals that can't pay, the mortgage or rent, in my mind, I'm like, man, something's on the horizon. And I don't want to say a repeat from 2008, because 2008
no.
the banks
We're
the banks
already
are
on that
giving out
trajectory,
money.
man.
Yeah. The banks are just giving out money like crazy. You feel me? So like right now, I mean, yeah, they still lowering the interest rate and what have you. But the only reason they doing that is because the times that we in, nobody's purchasing anything. People are scared. They're trying to stimulate the economy and whatnot, so they lower the interest rate.
Yeah.
But with that in mind, they got these low interest rates, and it's like, man, nobody can afford them because nobody has a job because of the unemployment rate. I don't want to say nobody has a job, but 10 million Americans do not have a job, and
It's
that's
a damn
a
tragedy,
decent
man.
amount. You know what I mean? That's a decent amount of individuals. So it's like something's on the horizon. Something's in
the works, man. And
as
that's why
far
you need to
as
stay financially cognizant, man.
I can't predict when the next real estate crash will be, but I feel like it's at least soon to come with interest rates and unemployment and other things taking factors, like for example, renters. I don't know the policy that they have out right now, but like if you're renting, you don't have to pay your landlord.
Is that a
And
thing right now still?
yeah, that's when COVID started. That was, I don't know the exact date that they implemented it, but if you're a renter, if you, depending on when the this agenda came out, it was along the lines, it was like, if you're a renter, you can't afford it, it's pretty much forgiven for a certain amount of time.
Yeah.
So that means
Wow.
landlords that own the building, they
Are
had
out
to
of
come
money.
out of pocket. Yeah.
Wow.
So
They
it's
have to
like,
pay for their own property.
oh yeah,
Imagine
yeah,
that.
pretty much.
Imagine that. Holy
Yeah, pretty much. But if you ask me, if you're a smart investor, you would have planned for it. You know what I mean?
That is true.
You would
You
have
would have
planned for it.
already had that money set
Yeah,
aside for
you
emergencies.
yes, sir. So I mean, right now the real estate market it's a seller's market. If you have a house to sell, I would say put it in the market right now because it's going like hotcakes.
Oh yeah. Like,
Because
but I would saturate the price like crazy though. Like, don't sell it for what you got it. My guy, make
oh
100,000
yeah,
off of it.
because
You know what I'm saying?
it's so many people trying to buy it. I would definitely inflate the price just a little bit.
Yeah, they'd be like, "Wow, this is a good deal." This day and age, there's a lot of people who are trying to get into real estate who don't know what the hell they're doing as well. I don't want to say rip them off. If they bite,
All I'm saying is 2022. It's the way things are going. The trajectory is gonna be different.
oh yeah,
So
2022 is going. It's looking up for me. Hey, it's looking up for me. But I would say I wouldn't get a house right now in this market if you don't, you have to have three things, in my opinion, to get a house in this market. Number one, you need to have at least $2,000 in savings. And I don't care what kind of, because that's for emergencies, man. Just for anything to fall back on. Because
are we talking about? I mean, we talking about real estate, or are we just talking about across the board?
I'm talking about across the board.
Oh, okay.
Like across the board. Like you need to have in some sort of saves account, some sort of account, or even under the mattress. I don't care. Put it in a safe in your home. I don't care. Have 2,000 at least put away, just for emergencies.
Why 2,000 though?
Because that's a good amount. At the very least, 2,000. If you have something wrong with your car, 2,000 should be able to fix it. If you have to come out of pocket for closing costs more than expected, 2,000 should be able to take care of that. You know what I'm saying? So 2,000, that's a decent amount of money. If you need to buy food for a month, 2,000 should be able to take care of that.
Right.
It's not just for real estate, it's across the board. At least 2,000. Number two, do not hop in no type of real estate investing right now. If you have any outstanding debt, look, if you are late on your credit cards, you don't need to be worried about no real estate, bruh.
Hey, but at the same time, some people, they use credit cards as down payment.
But you're talking about the exception to the rule, the people who know what the hell they're doing, and the majority of people don't know what the hell they're doing. That's who we're talking to, right? You know what I'm saying?
True. Because to not to knock anybody that uses credit card, because I'm trying to use credit cards, because like my next move is like next year I'm already planning to buy my next crib next year, right? Yeah. And I'm thinking, as far as expenses, of course, the cash flow from the crib that I have on a contract right now should be a decent amount for a down payment. But I know other expenses will arise, and I'm thinking about using a credit card for that. So if you know what you're doing with a credit card, by all means, yeah, use a credit card. But like you said, for a lot of individuals, they just if you're not on your payments, man, don't even get that straight first, man.
That's the same with look. If you got student loans, you don't need to be buying no type of crib. No type.
Okay.
If you got student loans, bro, you don't need to be worried about that right now. You need to be worried about raising in your career. You need to worry about making more money and paying off that debt. You got student loans, bro.
I don't know, bro. I think I disagree on that one, bro. Here's why.
Go ahead.
If you got student loan debts, right? And I'm talking about people that have like a crazy amount of student loan, because it's something.
Okay, if you're talking upwards of 100,000, I can see why you would want to buy real estate.
Yeah. So I'm talking about people that's got like over 100, over 50, crazy numbers, you know what I mean, that you can't pay off in like, say, like 10 years, 5 years, 8 years, something like that. So like a lot of zeros and a lot of commas type stuff, or
welcome to private education, man.
Right. So in my opinion, if you start to invest in real estate, eventually, if you strategize right, checkers not chess, chess not checkers, and correctly, set up your investments as far as how many houses you buy a year, what type of cash flow you're looking for, the return that you put on your investment, what type of deals you're buying, how much money you're making when you come into the deals, when you buy these deals, things of that nature. That could help you pay off those, because you got cash flow coming in. So that can help you pay off though. So if it's a crazy amount of student loan debt, I'll be like, by all means, bro, you need as many assets.
Yeah, exactly. You
could get on
flow. You need cash flow.
Yeah, so you can start paying that bread off. And I'm so glad I did not take that route, because
I was this close to taking out a loan, dog. It was it was within a week. I said, you have a week to decide.
I'm straight.
I couldn't do it, dog.
But hey, you don't know what you don't know. You know what I mean? You don't know what you don't know.
Shit, I didn't know at the time. I just didn't. I was just like, college ain't. Nah, bro, I'm good. Let's see what happens.
Facts. And actually, the only reason I didn't go to college was like, man, I can't afford it, and I'm not trying to go in that. But not your everyday Joe is gonna be thinking like me, like, man, like
because everybody told him.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like, it's the norm is when you're in high school, you graduate high school, go to college, get a degree,
get a job,
a high-paying job, and once
work
you get
it forever and ever, just work.
Working forever, because first you got to pay off that degree that you got to get the job that you're working now. So it's like, man, you got to catch up to the school that you was at, and then once you finish catching up at that school, then you can start stacking for financial freedom, even if that's on your radar, and even if that's a part of what, like, if your job offers like an IRA or some account like that, you know what I mean? So, but you don't know what you don't know.
Exactly.
You know? So if you don't know that type of stuff, it's like, okay, yeah, the norm is go to school, get a job, pay off the school. And once I pay off the school, then start paying for retirement, which by the time I start paying for retirement, I'm already a couple years or a couple centuries or whatever you may have it behind. So now I got to catch up, et cetera, et cetera. And it's like, man, the norm is not beneficial, in my opinion.
It's rough.
No, it's not beneficial in my opinion, but
yeah, let me hop in number 3. This is the last reason, or the last thing you need to have together if you're going to buy real estate. You need to be able to consolidate your finances. You need to be able to manage your finances, know what the hell's coming in and going out each month, every cent. Like every cent. You have to know exactly what's coming in, coming out. And this is what I did right before I decided to hop into contract with my crib. You know what I'm saying? Because I was like, you know, it looks like I can afford it, but can I afford this? Like, what do I have going out each month? Because you look at how much you're making on your paycheck, but how much are you actually using of your paycheck every single month? You have to have money left over to be able to fund your investment.
Yeah, because I mean, your income is the number one source that's feeding your investments, which in return, your investments will begin to give you a passive income, a residual income where you don't have to work anymore. And the main goal is to be financially free, you know, make your income more than your expenses. So if you know, your income is being depleted by things like debt, as far as student loans, a car note, credit card, et cetera, you know what I mean? Just consumer debt, and like, you're not going. I'm not gonna say you're not gonna get nowhere, but it's gonna take you longer. You know what I mean? I don't want to be I don't want to be a Debbie Downer.
You don't want to hinder yourself.
You can reverse anything. You know what I mean? Just with time, it just takes time and consistency, determination. You know what I mean? As long as you're consistent with something, if for example, water. You know, Bruce Lee got a quote where it's like, you put water in a cup, it becomes a cup. Put water in a teapot, it becomes a teapot. You know, you put water, whatever you put water in, it becomes the shape that it becomes. And I'm gonna take that deeper as far as the shape that it comes when it comes to water. Like, say you got a faucet where it's just dripping, or say you got something a stream where it's just dripping, right? If that stream just keeps dripping over a numerous amount of years, 100 amount of years, thousands amounts of years, and say it's dripping on a rock, I guarantee you, if you look 100,000 years later, 1,000 years later, even 100 years later, or 10 years later, you will see an indentation into that rock or that stone, because the water is just consistent, is determined. The consistency of the water just, you know, drip,
chipping away at that rock, man.
It's just chipping. You know what I mean? So when you take that type of mind frame into finances, say you're an individual that has student loan debt, yeah, you might have a lot, but over the long haul, like if you're determined, if you're determined, you set goals, et cetera, like in no time that'll be wiped out in no time.
Just gotta be able to do it.
You just gotta take that first step, pretty much.
Exactly. Shit, I mean, I guess that really concludes the rates and shit, man. That really concludes it. I just think just take care of yourself financially. You need to be set up, have money put away. You need to be able to manage your money, and you need to not have an excessive amount of debt if you're going to hop into real estate. And if you do have an excessive amount of debt, student loans, because they're non-forgivable, then you need to have the first and the last two reasons, or the last reasons just fucking on point. You need to be able to manage your money to a T, to every cent, and you need to have money put away for emergencies. So there's one thing I do want to talk about though. How much do you keep on like pop culture and social media and all that shit? You know what I'm saying? Like what's trending and shit. Do you keep up with that stuff?
Me personally?
Yeah.
If it doesn't immediately come across my like Instagram, or if I have Facebook at the time, or any of my social media, because I'm the type of person I'll delete my social media because I'm like, man, I'll be into it too much. I got to delete it, refocus type stuff. But if it don't come across my timeline when I'm on it, then I'm really not up to date when it comes to stuff like that.
So let me ask you this. Are you familiar with what's going on with Quavo in Sweden?
Nah, I don't. To be honest with you, I don't even know his girl. I don't even know who she is. To be honest with you.
Me neither. But shit, she's blowing up recently. And when someone showed me the video, when someone showed me the reason why, it blew my mind. And I just gotta show you this, man.
Like for the first time in your life, a nigga's doing everything right, but he just wants one threesome. Who's the dream girl to bring home to him to make all of y'all happy?
Shopping sprees. That's good dick.
That's all of that. Good dick, good.
That's P. Diddy's son, ain't it?
Tongue in your butt.
I think so,
Picking up the phone, one ring.
Sucking your toes. Paying all your bills.
Oh my God.
Wow.
And you want to make him happy finally, because you put him through hell.
So a threesome, right?
You put him through
A threesome, right, ladies?
Threesome.
I normally talk to men who are cultured, who's been around the world, who know a lot of people.
Right. It's on you though.
No. I understand that, but because he's doing everything right, I'm going to give him the honor of picking the nigga who we gonna have a threesome with.
Yo. I can't, bro. I can't, bro. She thought she was slick with it too.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
She thought she was slick with it.
Shorty said, what? She was like, I'm gonna let him have the honor of picking, buddy.
She said, the honor of picking the nigga.
And that was Quavo girl? That was Quavo girl?
Yeah, that was Quavo girl right there.
Hey, look. I'ma fuck with you.
Hey, that's crazy. I'ma fuck with you.
Dang.
So, okay.
So what was Shorty's name? I don't even know her. Who was that?
Sweetie. Something like that. Sweetie.
Yeah, I don't
know if that's how you pronounce it, but what would you do in that situation if you ever caught your girl? Listen, I don't mean some girl you messing with. I mean your girl
All right, that was gonna be my question. How long have I been with her?
I mean, a year and a half, maybe something like that.
That's not serious to me. Then that's not serious to me.
Oh, really? Like
Yeah.
in a relationship type shit?
Yeah, I'm gonna look at her crazy. I'm gonna be like, what? Especially at the stage that I'm in right now, as far as the trajectory that I'm on, I'm gonna look at it crazy. And please, 9 times out of 10, I mean, if I'm serious with a female, she got her finances together. If you know what I'm saying, if I was single and I was in that position, 9 times out of 10, she got her finances together. But if she didn't and she made that type of statement, I promise you, I would just walk away. But if she had her finances right and we was together a year, you know what I mean, and she made that type of statement, I will have a conversation with her like, damn, that's how you feel. Whoop, whoop, whoop. You know what I mean? Like, that's how you feel. And then I might walk away.
Okay. Okay. I was gonna hop on your neck, boy.
But I mean, like, if it was a female, it was like, I just met a couple of days ago and she worked, not to knock nobody that's working at a minimum wage job, because I mean you could still become wealthy at a minimum wage job depending on how you strategize and whatnot, but that's another topic for a different day. But you know what I mean, like if you coming at me and you working at Wendy's and I just like you, I like your vibe, I like your energy, you know what I'm saying, but your mind is in the right state, you headed towards the right direction, but right now you're just not in that direction. It's like I'm gonna look at you crazy. I'm gonna look at you crazy and be like, all right, cool, I'm gonna fuck with you, type shit. But hey, she funny as hell for the way she pulled that shit. She was like, she let the climax build, and then she was like, all right, yeah. I'll let him pick the dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That was funny.
She was like, for my ladies. This must be for my ladies or something, she said. She was like, yeah. So my ladies. Yeah, and then she looked around, let the climax build. Sweetie, she might need to be on a advertisement,
Comedy Central special, you know what I'm saying?
A marketing deal or something like that. Cause she let the beat build, you know what I mean? She let the climax build, and then she was like, and then she dropped it on her.
What she said was just completely misled, because I don't think that's a threesome at all. She said, I'm gonna choose the dude we gonna have a threesome with. I'm sorry, girl.
I'm gonna let my mans choose the dude.
Yeah. I'm gonna let my man choose the dude we gonna have a threesome with. But at that point, it's not a threesome. Girl, you a flip. Like, you a flip, like for real. And I wouldn't be caught dead in no relationship with a flip.
And not only that, bro, like if you letting your man pick the dude, then it's like you letting your man pick his homie, and then him and his homie is running the train on you. So
oh my God. That's horrible, man. That's the state of America right now. That's the state of America. I just wanted to end it with that because that was hilarious to me, man.
Hey, media sales. Sex sales. Not media sales.
Right.
Actually, sex sales.
You damn right it does. Every instance. In every instance. So let these people know where they can find you. Forbes.
Man, I'm on Facebook. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Snapchat. I'm thinking about getting a Twitter. So right now, my Snapchat is Royce Fairley at 11. Royce Fairley. Royce_Fairley 11. Instagram Royce Fairley, and of course Facebook just Royce Fairley. And then if you're on Facebook, you gotta check out Military Roommate Finder.
Please, check out Military Roommate Finder.
Especially, I mean, I'm only gonna add you to the group if you're in the military. So if you're in the military, check it out. It's only beneficial to you. I don't make any money from it. I'm really just helping out sister services, brother services, Air Force, Marines, Coast Guards, Navy, Army, I'm really just I seen a problem and I'm just coming up with a solution. That's all it is. So yeah, check out Military Roommate Founder on Facebook groups. Check me out on Instagram, Facebook. That's really where I'm at.
We'll have all the links for you guys down in the description below. So don't even worry about that, man. But shit, it was nice having you, dog.
Yes,
It
sir.
was nice having you. And we'll chop it up another time.
Yes, sir.
That is all for today. Quiet Amatoor, your premier amateur investors podcast. Thank you for watching.